family, and welcome back to Room Service. I'm the co-founder at Fora, and today I am with Prince Sanders, the general manager of the Wall Street Hotel. So we did a panel down here, I guess it was about a month ago, and I liked him so much that I wanted to talk more, and so I have lured him into Room Service to actually talk more about his background and this amazing hotel.
Thank you for having me. Excited.
And for the mimosas. So I think the last one that we did, we were at the Warren Street Hotel. I may have knocked over some drinks.
I feel like it's appropriate for
It's a balance. But before we get into all of that, let's talk about your balance, because you did not start your life in hospitality. You started as a dancer, a professional ballet dancer. How early did you start dancing?
I started dancing at the age of 3. And I really struggled to find something that I was good at. My brother was a big sports star.
At 3? Nobody's good at any. You're barely potty trained.
No. 3 years old, like in my family, kids are doing things. Parents are already saying, oh, they're going to be great at this, or he's leaning more towards soccer and not, football. So 3 years old, I got in it and took my first ballet class and fell in love.
And you did something that almost no one does, which is you became a professional dancer with the Joffrey Company.
Yes.
Incredibly difficult. Tell us about that journey, because that's a level of sort of driving for perfection that obviously rolls over into hospitality.
100%. I mean, I really, when you complete your studies, you really go on this trail of trying to figure out what company am I going to fit in with. You go on all of these auditions. It's kind of like a chorus line, you're doing the steps and they're calling these numbers stay and these numbers go. And I was fortunate enough to get into Joffrey. But I started out with just joining the company as an apprentice. I was only supposed to do one piece with them, and that was the end of it. And
they saw you and they were like, that's it.
So on opening night, I'm like sitting back, I'm stretching in the corner. We're doing a run through in the studio before we go over to the theater for a tech rehearsal. And they're dancing another ballet, and the dancer goes up and he falls. And Joffrey Ballet is a very small company, or it was back in those days. And I thought, wow, what are they gonna do? Like this is an important, piece of this ballet. How are they gonna fill this gap? And the artistic director turns around and goes, well, Prince, you're gonna have to dance it. And so all of a sudden, here I was learning this new ballet to fill in on opening night in Chicago at the Lyric Opera House. But there's something about the camaraderie of the dancers, like even on stage, they're calling out counts and steps, going down 2, 3, 4, up 2, 3, 4, down stage. And we're laughing and we're joking, but somehow I made it through and I got a full position with the company after that.
Wow, sorry for that guy that fell. Really happy for you. You also ended dance for a lot of the same reasons that professional athletes do, which was an injury.
Yes.
Are you okay to talk about that?
Of course. It's all a part of the story.
So what happened?
During a performance, I was doing a jeté off the stage and I just lost my footing. I slipped. And when I hit the ground, I noticed that my knee was kind of like not in place. So I just hit it back into place.
Just like that. Bang
yeah,
it back
just
in.
hit it back. You have all this adrenaline. It was during the finale. I run back on stage. I finish dancing the piece, the last few moments of the ballet, and next thing I know, lights out, and then boom, down I went. And I had broken my leg.
So you finished with a broken leg?
Yes. Probably didn't help it any.
No, I don't think it helped.
You're not thinking, in the moment, you're just thinking about the performance and not letting the show ever end.
Wow. Okay, I think we got it. You know what? We're switching. This is career-ending moments require mimosa.
For sure.
Cheers.
Cheers to reinvention.
To reinvention. You weren't able to come back into dance after the injury. How did hospitality become the obvious choice? Because I do think it's so, people, entering hospitality often have this really interesting story of what was that inspirational moment that said, this is it. For yours, it was like a pretty tough, sad moment. What made you pivot to this?
I think, when
or
you...
pirouette to this,
pirouette
maybe.
into it. Yes, it was a transformation, a turn. When you lose a career that you've been doing, such a young age, it's hard. You have to reinvent yourself and figure out who's the new me. I walked away from dance and thought for a long period, like, I have no talent or skill. I was in the mall, applying for jobs, like just going store to store to store, applying for jobs, and I couldn't get hired. And I'm thinking to myself, I've danced at the Kennedy Center, I've danced in Russia, and
like Foot Locker doesn't want me.
Right, like I can't. No one wants me on a. Have you ever run the register? Well, no. But my picture was on a billboard outside of. It's a very humbling experience, you know, and I got a big break. But a friend of mine was working in hotels and said, why don't you give this a try? It's, you know, the schedule is flexible, and I fell into it. There was nothing intentional, but when I never actually thought of hospitality as a career, but you know, I stay in tons of hotels being in a touring company. So I thought, well, I know some of the ins and outs of this, and that's how I found my way in.
Okay, she's gonna get the fit.
Love it.
Love it.
Love
It is
it.
so easy.
Yeah, baby.
And the,
Oh, that's yours.
I've seen you chomping into a sandwich or two.
every time.
I love it.
So it's like the big joke because they make me eat something messy because I make a fool out of myself. Like I truly last time, like how many drinks did I knock over last time?
I love that.
Like 3.
Ooh, an avocado toast.
This cinnamon roll looks incredible.
This is more of a me kind of breakfast.
Well, yeah, that might be more of a me breakfast too, but we're not here for this. We're here to get messy. So come on.
All right, we'll dig in. We'll dig into something.
Okay, so reinvention.
Yes.
You reinvented yourself after
Yes.
dance into hospitality. You did work at hotels down here previously, and you told me that you were like, no more, because it was so hard for guests to like give them a good place to eat or a good place to shop. Like, what has changed over the course of the years, remembering your moments then, and what brought you back?
What hasn't changed is the beauty of downtown. It is spectacular. This is truly the area of New York where you realize that we are on an island. We are at the tip of the city. But we were one of the only luxury hotels downtown. And if a guest needed anything, I struggled to find them a place to go in this area. I mean, really, we only had, you know, off-brand stores downtown.
Century 21.
A businessman's like, oh, I need to have this beautiful suit and tie. And I'm going, well, I can send you to Midtown.
Yeah.
Like I had to send guests away, and that was troubling as a hotelier. And to be honest, when I left, I said, I'm never coming back downtown again. This is not the kind of experience I want to create for people. I need to be in the middle, in the mix of it all.
Yeah.
And so I spent, from that point on, my career in Midtown, and here I am.
Back downtown.
Eating my words,
Yeah.
back downtown. But, you know, we went from, you know, a Sims to a penthouses.
Yeah. And so this hotel has a lot of history itself.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about the background of the Wall Street.
Well, you know, maybe I'll start with the family.
They're telling me I have to eat. I just want to point out that, like, off camera, I am being told to do this.
Go,
so
dig in. It's worth it.
Have at it.
Our owners, the Paspelli family from Australia, they date. It's delicious. Let's keep going. Don't let it end there. So the family, their history goes back to the 1930s when the great grandfather Nicholas Paspelli bought his first boat to go oyster pearling. He really was at the forefront of this, and it became a part of the family's history and heritage. And so they have made their fame with being the largest distributor of mother of pearl in the world.
Now, I know that the background in pearling too, that those are little accents that are around the hotel. So
Yes.
you're wearing one now.
Yes, she's perfect for us.
Tell us about the little spots to look for pearl that's related to the family.
There are lots of little hidden gems or little secrets throughout the property. In our suites, you'll find a mother of pearl inlay within between the marble, paying homage to our pearling history. And in each of our guest rooms, you will find an open oyster shell covered in mother of pearl that we have framed, and it's in the bathrooms. You know, our carpet, you'll find, has this brown intertwining, a design in it. It's really to inspire the thought of the net as you go pearling. And if you look at our headboards, you'll see the image of what looks like an oyster shell kind of in a light blue. And so we want to tell a story, we want to make you a part of our family, and we don't want it to be stuffy traditional hospitality, right?
Yeah.
It should feel comfortable. The hotel is designed like you're coming into a luxury residential apartment.
Now, this also has become, as we were saying, like quite a social hub.
Yes.
Your bar and your rooftop are a hot spot. Tell us about that, and what are the right times to come here if I want to be like in the mix? And can I get in?
Absolutely.
Great.
Our rooftop is called Barton. Beautiful views of the harbor. We really focus on tequilas and mezcals and have more of a Latin flair. My favorite spot in the hotel, and I consider it the heart of the house, is Lounge on Pearl. It is down in our lobby. It is our lobby bar. It is just kind of the place where all the magic of the property happens.
So rapid fire, I'm not gonna tell you. Wait, you've written children's books?
2.
Okay.
Actually.
Tell me about that. How did you get into that?
I wanted to create some legacy, something that would live on beyond my time here. And kind of around the same time, I had taken my nieces and nephews out to eat, and they were wild. And I thought to myself, my mother would be mortified watching them. They're like just digging in, and it kind of inspired my first book, which was called Which Forks First. And so the book teaches table etiquette to children. It's a self-published book that just kind of breaks it down and makes it easy. And I based it on my life. You know, I made myself the center of the story.
Great, as you should.
As I should. And it really, and my little companion, Popcorn, who was my real first pet, my real first hamster. He's my sidekick in the books.
And hamster.
Yes, and he teaches me how to use proper table etiquette.
Could you read that book to my children so they know which fork to use?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Second book.
Second book
that?
is called Everybody's Good at Something. And that kind of, it's a lot more personal because it goes back into my time in dance, figuring out and discovering that thing that I was good at, and being able to, you know, turn your back on the popular, on the crowd, and just focus on the thing that you're passionate and your love, and let that drive you.
Okay, rapid fire time.
Okay.
Checked bag or carry-on?
Carry-on.
Favorite part of the hotel?
The bar.
Amenity that you have to have in a hotel room?
For me, a good hairdryer.
Good.
Yeah.
What about for yourself?
No, it is for me. I am the person who goes traveling and I will spill, drop everything. I'm running around. I'm like trying to blot it, and I'm going like this. And it's got to be fast because I'm on the go.
I tried to keep a straight face for a minute with that. Okay.
Yeah, it's a thing.
All right, good hairdryer. I agree.
Yeah.
I like
well,
that.
and because of this, takes a lot of time. The prep, hair and makeup to get ready for this was a whole thing. You don't even know.
Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining in again for room service. This was clearly one of the least difficult times to actually get somebody saying really interesting stuff. So thank you so much for taking time. I know it's a busy time in the hotel, and we just appreciate you coming out and sharing the stories.
Thank you for having me. It's been super exciting.
Cheers.
Cheers.